In this session, we are going to understand the next topic, input in Java. Let's get started. Input in Java refers to the process of reading data from the user during program execution. This allows programs to be interactive, dynamic, accepting different values each time they run. So there are three main input methods. One is scanner class, second is buffered reader class, third is command line argument. Let's go ahead. So scanner class, like this is the most important and commonly used functionality. The scanner class is a part of java.util.package and is the most popular way to read input in Java. It provides various methods to read different data types like int, double, string, etc. Key points to remember: must import the scanner class from the Java API, create scanner object. System.in represents standard input, that is keyboard. Close the scanner after use. These are the different methods that we use to fetch the data from user and store it in the required data type. So in case if you want to store something like an age, okay, you will use next in. Something you want to store with decimal values, okay, you can use double, and so on. Okay, let's try to understand the scanner method using an example. Now, in this particular class, Java class, input example 1, I've got a main method. Line number 8, we are creating the scanner object SC, and the standard syntax is scanner SC is equal to new scanner system.in. Now this system.in is nothing but it refers to the input that you are going to give to your application using a keyboard. Now here reading the different data types. Now the sysout is going to display enter your name in the output, and there would be space after this, after which you need to type your name. So whatever you type would be stored in name. Post this, okay, it will display enter your age. So you need to give integer value which would be stored in age, and then it will ask for height which would be stored in the height variable. And post that, once you press enter, after entering the height, it will display this 4 lines of output. Okay, let me just add one more line over here. So that you can differentiate the output. Okay, now let me run this program. So you can see it has executed this particular line and it is asking us to input the name. I'll give the name as Tom. The moment I press enter, it will go and execute this particular line and have a blinking cursor after this. Okay. So I need to put age over here. I'll put 27. I'll enter. I'll put the height as 58, just a random number, and press enter. Now you can see after I've given the input of height, it executed all these lines and closed the scanner object itself so that it removes or clears the memory. So here if you see your information, name Tom, that you had stored after whatever you have typed after enter your name. Age 27, height 58. So this is how you use a scanner object. We'll see one more example, simple interest rate. Okay. Now in this, okay, we are creating the scanner object. We are putting, now this is a basic calculation of interest where we need to give the principal amount, the rate of interest, and the tenure. Now based on all these three input, it will do the calculation, store the value of simple interest in SI, and it will display the total amount as well after adding the simple interest to the principal. Okay, let's run this particular program. Principal amount, I'll keep it simple. I'll give 10,000, enter. Rate of interest, I'll keep it around figure 8. Number of years, I'll give the number of years as 10. Okay, I'll just increase this so that you can see the whole code as well as the output. So principal is 10,000, rate of interest is 8.0%, tenure is 10 years, simple interest for 10 years with 8% it is 8,000, and the total amount is 18,000. So here we use the scanner, plus we tried using different data types, using the operators, and see how the calculation has been performed and how the output you get on the screen. Okay, so these were the two examples related to scanner. Let's move to the next topic.